all the world's a stage, and this weekend in France it's one full of feathers and glitter. It's the second annual Paris Burlesque Festival. I'm Ruby, and I'll be taking you to a cabaret, a peep show, and to have a drink with some of the stars. But first, here's a little something of what it's going to be like.
It hasn't been like this from the start. Like a child forgets her lisp, your young tart has faded in you. Is departing from you. Now that your loins she has signed, now that she has with you spent time, she's leaving you, and she's beautiful. I could never see any reason.
How do you see the Paris scene?
Well, it is fairly new, and the very first time I ever performed in Paris was 2004, I believe, or 2003, and I was really intimidated because in my mind I thought there's always been burlesque in Paris. You know, you've got the Moulin Rouge and the Can-Can, and it's just the birthplace of this kind of theater, you know, with the dance. But like everything else, it all went to strip shows. But now, like, the scene has exploded here. You know, when I first came here, there wasn't a scene at all. And within the last few years, it's amazing. It's really strong.
Why do you think that is?
Because I feel my analogy of burlesque is that girls rock and roll. There's that sexual power and energy that we have on stage. And I feel like when women see this, or girls in the audience, it's that same thing that guys see when they see a rock band. They want to grab a guitar and start doing it. And I feel like girls feel this energy and like, I can do that. I want to be that.
I could never see any reason to be close to you while she was so rudely riding around with you all of the time. But
The thing burlesque that I think lots of good burlesque has and other burlesque doesn't quite have is the second degree.
You can't really take what you're doing up there 100% serious. You know, the business side is serious and stuff, but when you're on stage, you're having fun and you're being playful, and you know, it's lighthearted. It's not, you know, it's not high theater, you know, and that's the fun of burlesque. It is to be that, you know, the playfulness of it. And I think when you mix, you know, the sex with the playful and the flirty, that comes across no matter if you're doing it in a comic way, a theater way, but you have to have that playful, silly side. It's about sex and danger and also fun and games.
is inevitable fee, whether or not you play with the fish in the sea. I could never.
Your show, tell me about what you're doing.
What I'm doing tonight actually is Dixie Evans, who was a Marilyn Monroe of burlesque, taught me this number, and it's the casting couch number. So it's trying to get a job in Hollywood and, you know, trying to get the producer to like you. I love the blonde bombshell vixen kind of image I always have as a little child. So when I was able to get on stage, that's just the image I went for. You know what I mean? It was just always that voluptuous, like, man-eater kind of woman. But it's you know, tongue-in-cheek, and it's an invisible producer. You just got to imagine him there, and it's me trying to flirt with him, and ultimately I have to have sex with him, and then I get the contract and become a star.
What has burlesque taught you?
For me, it's just been this really fun ride of pushing yourself. Like, I've learned never to say no to anything, just never to set limits, you know, just kind of go with it and just allow it to open you up and to meet people, and just being able to travel and seeing and meeting so many different people and the variety of of places has really taught me just, you know, about life itself. I mean, just in general, of just how to live, I feel.
That we kinda look the same. Oh,